Lesson 8.5, Video 4. This trinomial is not factorable, like most trinomials. So now we're going to go through the steps that we had shown to us in the table before. First is to subtract 50 from both sides. And that will give us n squared plus 18n. We're going to add a new number. On the right side we have a negative 41, and again we're going to add the same new number to both sides of the equation to keep that teeter-totter balanced. What will we use to plug in there? Well, we take our b value, which is 18, we divide it by 2, and then we square it, which will give us 9 squared, which is 81. So 81 is put or added to both sides of the equation. Now if we did this right and we factor the left side, we're looking for factors of 81, or excuse me, two numbers that have a product of 81 and a sum of 18. A sum of positive 18 to be exact, and that's plus 9. On the right side we have 40. Again, if we did this right, both binomials would be exactly the same, so we can write it as quantity squared. And now we can undo the square by rooting. Again, it's a plus minus root 40. Subtract 9 from both sides. And we have n equal to a negative 9 plus or minus root 40. Now if you want to calculate root 40, you can. And you'd approximate it. And then you can combine it and go from there, but the answers would be an approximation. Whereas this is considered the exact answer. Some like to do this though, so I will do it briefly. I will say negative 9 plus or minus, and then root 40 is 6.325. So that means we would say negative 9 plus 6.325, and we would do negative 9 minus 6.325. If we add them, we get negative 2.675. If we subtract them, we get negative 15.325. Again, these are approximate answers, whereas this is the exact answer. And right now, this is good enough. In closing for this lesson, or this video, we have another example, and if we look at it, we would want to, before we can complete the square, we have to have a 1 right here. So we have to divide everything by 3, which would give us x squared minus 3x minus 1 equals 7. Now, I'm not going to go with this any further because this takes on a different kind of question that will be covered more in Algebra 2 Trig. But notice that the 3 is odd. So when I prep this, and I get x squared minus 3x plus some value, I would have added the 1 to both sides, which would give us 8 on one side. The number that I would plug in there would be half of b, and you square it. Well, it's a fraction that I cannot simplify. I cannot divide that without decimals, and I do not want decimals, so I would just basically distribute the power, and I would get 9/4. And that is the number that gets added to both sides. And I'm going to leave that right there. I'm not going to go any further with that one until at another time. So just a little exposure to that kind of question. But this is more of an Algebra 2 Trig level question. And this ends Lesson 8.5, Video 4.